I don't know why these guys do that to those cars. Stupid. It'll cause you to lose your train of thought. Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. So, it's the first week in March, and it's time to put some stuff in the garden. A couple weeks ago, we done a video showing getting the garden ready and doing a little bit of work out there, getting the greenhouse ready and doing a little bit of work in here. So today we've got some stuff in the greenhouse that we're going to actually put out in the garden. Some cold weather stuff that's hardy enough that will be fine even if we do get down into some cold nights. I think we're probably past most of our bitter cold weather, looking at the extended forecast over the next 2 weeks. Really not calling for anything that's going to just be crazy cold. We also use some fleece and some plastic and those kinds of things to cover up some of the vegetables. So let's go in the greenhouse and take a look and see what we've got that's ready to go into the garden, and then come along with us and see what we're going to put out in the garden on today's video. So hang around. So I think on a previous video we had said we were going to do some seed starting stuff, and frankly we just hadn't had time to get that video together. But let's look real quick and see what we've got started in here, and we're going to pick out a few things to go ahead and get out in the garden today. First off, this year, like we mentioned, I think we're going to try doing some microgreens. And this is these are pea shoots. These are about I guess 10 days old or so. They're coming along really nice. They look great. These things are wonderful just to come out here and just snap one off and just eat it. I mean, gosh, those are really good. These are radish microgreens. Still experimenting with them. They're coming kind of slow, but they are trying. Over here we've started some bell peppers. Had tried doing some bell peppers in smaller cells, more of them, and just they didn't do very good. I'm not sure why. So we're trying some different bell peppers in man, those pea shoots are good. Trying some different bell peppers in some larger cells, and they're coming up. They're coming along. Also, we got some cucumber, some okra. Last year we had okra coming out of our ears. We had more okra than we could do anything with. Had 2 or 3 beds of it. I don't think we're going to do that this year. These taller ones are zucchini. Some of those have sprouted really good. Got a couple cells that really haven't done anything. And then back in the back are just some yellow straight neck squash. These are our pea shoots that we're going to put out in the garden to raise some pod peas. Coming along good. If I had a few more of these that had sprouted, and they're coming, they're just slow. If I had a few more of these over here, we'd probably put those out today. But I think I'm going to leave them for a few more days and see what they do. Here, these are some zinnias. Wow. So I'm just looking at these. I started these 2 days ago, and look at these things. Already popping up, man. Those things are really coming on good. So these are zinnias. Kind of got inspired by Jason over at Cog Hill Farm, who recommended trying zinnias. So we're trying them, and wow, we're looking good. The next little box, these are onions. We had started some onions earlier. They just didn't do very good. Didn't really sprout, so I just started fresh with them last night. So onions, just put them in yesterday. Down here on the next shelf, these are some beets. Excuse me, I think these are radishes. I don't remember what they are. What are these things? These are radishes, I think. Yeah, these are radishes. And then there's some lettuces back there in the back. They've not done much. This tray right here, we're gonna redo it. Over here, got some sunflower. I've got one little sunflower that's starting to stick its head up. So got some sunflower started. We'll transplant these out. These are another flower. I don't remember what they are, but they're starting. And you got to label your stuff. It's on me. This tray, lavender. Got one little lavender starting right there, so we're working the lavender. Big tray full of tomatoes. We sow these just in these small rows, and we'll prick these out and put them into some larger cells a little later on. So the tomatoes, I think there's about 6 different varieties of tomatoes right there. So we'll get those out and get them started. Red salad, red leaf lettuce. Started the day before yesterday, and you can see it is already popping its little head up. So red leaf lettuce, and this is bib lettuce. It's got a few little bibs popping their head up there, so that's coming along. Need to water it. We'll water all this stuff here after a while. Down on the bottom row, these are some beets and radishes that I put into larger cells last night. That may be what we put in the garden here in a few minutes, along with some of these more beets and radishes. So we'll get them started. Some more beets and radishes. Got some lettuces here under the light. Those really need to come out and go into a bigger cell, so bigger trays. We'll work on that. And then these are broccoli microgreens, and they are really looking nice. So that's what we got in the greenhouse. We're going to pick some stuff out and get it out here in the garden and get our garden started. Hang with us. Real quick before we start putting the stuff out of the greenhouse into the garden, I'm going to show you this. So this is our spinach. Was direct sown a couple weeks ago. Coming on nice. We've been covering it at night whenever the weather would get down freezing or below with some fleece. Just put the fleece over the hoops. Use some of these big binder clips, and it stays on really nice. But spinach is coming on good. And then down here in the middle row, I had a few carrot seeds left over, and so we got a bunch of little baby carrots coming up. And in the beds behind us, these are our carrot beds, and we've got our little carrots coming. So I don't know if you've not seen the video, I'll post a link to it, but we learned over the past couple of years, I've never had good luck growing carrots. So we built these double deep boxes and filled them with compost. Much better luck. I think that I wasn't giving them enough room at the bottom to really get a nice long carrot root on them. So this seems to have made a huge difference to have a much deeper bed for the carrots to grow in. And one last thing, let's walk over here and take a look at the garlic. Garlic is really coming on nice. We planted this early January. Garlic likes to be in the ground and get some really cold nights and some really cold weather. So garlic's doing great. Really pleased with that. We eat a lot of garlic. Shouldn't be any vampire problems around here. And also got a few onions. These are onions that have just popped up. I think they were from some onions that we had in this bed last year that went to seed, or we didn't get the little bulbs out or something. I don't know what. But anyway, got some volunteer onions. So, okay, let's get to planting. So those were some beets, and I don't know how well they're going to do. I transplanted them out of these small 1-inch cells over into like some 3-inch cells last night. I probably hadn't given them enough time to get a better root system established. So I think I am going to try to put some radishes in this one. I'm going to rake it back down. These are still in the 1-inch cells, the small, the real small cells. You can see them there. So I'm going to rake this down, smooth it out, and I'm going to try these. I think they're going to pluck out of the cells a little bit better, have a little stronger root system, and we'll put those in the ground and see how they do. That gets some beets and some radishes at least started. I don't know why these guys do that to those cars. Stupid. It'll cause you to lose your train of thought. So we've got some beets and some radishes in the ground. I don't know how well these beets are going to do because, again, I transplanted those out of just little small cells over into bigger cells last night. So they've not got a whole lot of root system on them. But I've got a ton more in the greenhouse, so we can let them grow and develop a little bit more. The radishes had real nice root systems on them when I pulled them out of those single cells, those single 1-inch cells. Good tight root ball on them, so I think they'll probably do a little bit better. But anyway, it's getting kind of dark, kind of nasty, so I think it's probably time to wrap up and go in the house. Listen, if you're interested in gardening, the thing that I would say is give it a try. You gotta, just throw something in the ground, like Bloomberg said, and just put some water and some dirt on it, and everything will be fine. But honestly, if you're interested in gardening, give it a try. I mean, a couple of containers on your deck, a small raised bed, you'll be surprised at how much food that you really can grow in just a real small area. So I would encourage you, if you're interested, please just give it a try. So, but I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Like I say, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us to grow the channel and be able to do more of these videos. Give us a thumbs up on this. If you've got a comment, a better way to do this, please share it with me. I'd be very interested in hearing it. And share these videos with other folks that are interested in where their food comes from. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.